Can you hear me? Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Uh, Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to brief you about the national transport and logistics services strategies, as well as the future of mobility and the benefit to the NTLS. My name is Ayman Ali Mesfer, Senior Consultant and Acting General Manager for Intelligence and Future of the Sectors within the Ministry of Transportation and Logistics Services. So, as I mentioned before, I would like to brief you. The next slide, please. As I mentioned before, I would like to brief you about the NTLS, which is inspired from by the statement of the custodian of the two holy mosques, that my first goal, my first objective is for our countries to be a pioneer and successful global model of excellence in all fronts, and I will work with you to achieve that. Accordingly, a vision for the NTLS, which is a National Transport and Logistics strategies, was developed to be a multi-modal and sustainable and futuristic transport and logistics sectors led by a national capabilities to transform KSA into a global logistic hub and model for a seamless mobility. Why do we need this NTLS, or National Transport Logistics Strategies? Originally, the Ministry of Transport scope was only to construct and maintain roads, and it was more into operational and executional mode. However, and nowadays, the scope has been expanded to include all transportation and logistics ecosystems and oversee strategically the transport and logistics strategies. The NTLS was established based on three main pillars to achieve His Royal Highness's Crown Prince vision. The first pillar is to deploy the technologies, or deploying or emerging the technologies, the future technologies. Second one is to meet the regional and global trading growth, as well as the demand of sector growth, as shown here, to deploy the new technology for mobilities, AV and eVTOLs, the regional trade. We are anticipating or estimating the trade volume through the Red Sea will be doubled, and expected growth in the region trades as well. And to meet the demand of sector growth within the kingdom of the all ongoing activities, giga and mega projects, and other sectors. This slide summarizes all modes which are supervised by the ministry. As we can see here, the aviations and maritime, railways, as well as the road and logistics and land mobility. Those are the main sectors the main enablers for the following industrials, like industrial minerals or manufacturing, mega and giga projects, trades, and tourism or pilgrimage. In the transport and logistic ecosystem, with the huge support of His Royal Highnesses, the Crown Prince, the transport and logistic ecosystem detailed a governance to align with the desired vision and ensure the connectivity and integrity between all modes. As shown here, the NTLS was developed and organized in 4 dimensions and 11 objectives, which are derived from these three 2030 vision themes. As we can see, the thriving economy, vibrant society, and ambitious nations. Or going all the way, we detailed to have the 11 objectives for the national national transport and logistics strategies. Here is the summary of the ultimate goals for the for the strategies is for each sector. So for the aviation by 2030, it is for aviation and for the maritimes as well as for the rail sector and the roads and logistics. So our goal is to achieve around 330 million bags in the 2030, comparing to 89 million in the 2022. And also we'll increase the destinations, the international destination, to be more than 250, comparing to 99 destinations in 2019. As we go all of the sectors, we have an ultimate goals for each sectors in different aspects. For the roads, we want to increase the score of road qualities, as well reduce the fatalities for accidents, or enhance the safety of these roads. And the logistics, we want to be at the top 10 on the LPIs, which is the Logistic Performance Index, comparing to what we were in number 55 in 2018. And we aim to have 59 active logistics zones by 2030, comparing what we have two only in 2019. Okay, one of the NTLS main KPIs is the future of mobility and technology deployment in the transportation and logistics sectors. The NTLS focus on 4 critical areas: the technology penetrations in private and public transportation, deployment of a smart infrastructure across the kingdom, electrification and automation of logistic services, deployment of mobility and mobility technologies, talents, and knowledge in the kingdom. NTLS, which is the Ministry of Transportation and Logistics Services, established a new initiative that focuses on the future of mobility trends, which will play a critical role in the NTLS KPIs, such as increase the number of piloting projects and technologies, increase the number of public transport, and reduce the carbon emissions in the sectors. The initiatives focus on these 5 levels, which is starting from the regulations and policies, infrastructure support, delivery support, and private sector partnership, participation and partnership, knowledge enablement. And each level will be, it's like has 2 clusters, so the total we have 10 clusters. So from regulatory and frameworks, we have regulatory policy, setting the place for rules and regulations, coordination, working together with all partners within the sector or outside the sectors, and going forward for each level. Here are some examples that we piloted some projects. We use the drones to check during the Hajj season, to ensure to manage the crowd management, to oversee the crowd of moving people on in the season, as well as we use the autonomous bus or autonomous vehicles in the Hajj. And also we launched our partner TGA, which is Transport General Authority. They launched autonomous bus within the King Saud universities, and we launched another autonomous bus within the Riyadh front. And also we launched the electrical bus as well. This slide summarizes the 5 main tech themes that will impact the transportation and logistics in KSA in the next decades, which are the automations of the processes. Sorry, there is something wrong with the slide here. Okay. Automation, which is reduce the manual intervention across the value chain, leveraging a big data and analytics to predict them and manage the demand, as well as leveraging the shared mobility options like micromobility from scooters and bikes, and urban mobility like cars and vans, and also reduce the negative impact of environment and while maintaining the operational efficiency, be at the forefront of disruptive innovations that push the envelope on the today's transport and logistics sectors, such as Mega-Lev or Hyperloop. Here are some challenges we faced and we resolved it, which is the main thing is like we have many scattered efforts, and NTLS took that and leads overseeing all autonomous and electrical vehicles technologies deployment, and also the maturity level of any future technologies is another challenges, and we resolve this issue through embedding this within the policies and governance that we developed. Lack of capabilities and future mobility lack of capabilities in the future mobility technologies. We resolved this one with signing MOUs with leading countries such as Singapore and France, and to accelerate the knowledge transfer to the kingdom. Moving into future of mobility, so we need to talk about the big data and the advanced analytics. So big data, it's the main tool that will support us to achieve our vision for the analytics, advanced analytics, through with this mission. And we started this project recently, and we started with some use cases such as mass as a services, or mobility as a services for local traveling, and tracking project efficiency and effect transportation. With this, I would like to show a video that summarizes the NTLS in a minute.
The world is changing. Its cities are ever expanding and discovering new ways for faster mobility. Because opportunities never wait. That is why we've charted new paths for the logistics and transportation sector that link our land, sea, and skies, and reach the four corners of the world. Paths that build bridges and connect everyone to everything, from or through our kingdom. Paths that utilize our precious resources, futuristic transport technologies, and our strategic location in between 3 continents. At the crossroads of trade and cultural routes, making the kingdom the logistic cornerstone that links the world. Paths that support development, serve our people, strengthen our growth, and ensure sustainability. Today, as part of the Kingdom's Vision 2030, we launch the National Transport and Logistics Services Strategy with a strategic vision and a mission that has no room for what's impossible. The National Transport and Logistics Services Strategy. Ways connecting us to the future.
Okay, thank you and for your listening, and that's the end of